What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the most recent physique update from Nathan D'Asia. And damn, the man looks huge. And the picture is taken in front of that famous magic mirror. And we have seen so many great bodybuilders who trained at the O2 gyms in Kuwait. Starting from Big Ramy, Rolly Winkler, Brandon Curry, Nathan D'Asia, Regan Grimes. They all took pictures in front of that mirror. And they will live forever. Now again I have got to say Nathan legit looks huge right now. And the man is also smashing all those heavyweights in the gym every single day. And for those of you guys who do not know, all these guys who train there in the O2 gyms, they train twice per day. So Nathan is also gunning for this 2025 season. And he is definitely gonna compete at the upcoming Dubai Pro because of that prize money. Now he did look pretty damn impressive even last year, working with Stefan. And you could even make a case for him winning in Italy last year against Barros Dabani. In fact, Nathan himself, he was pretty open about this afterwards, that Barros did not beat him, fair and square. Now he was able to beat William Bonac in Portugal Pro, and then Bonac beat him at the Dubai Pro. And also the fact that Bonac was able to place top 7 at the Olympia last year. You can make a case for Nathan that he could have also been as high as top 7 or top 8 at the Olympia last year. So Nathan at his best is still top 10 Olympian, but it is kinda too bad that we are probably never gonna see him back on that Olympia stage. And the reason for that is Nathan's travel restrictions. So Nathan is out there in Kuwait for a longer training camp this time than previous year. Now he has to do something about the hamstrings, if that's even possible, because that is where he loses so much ground against all these top guys especially. Guys, Mr. Olympia Signature Series is now live on hostel.com. Use the code FAZI10 to get 10% discount and click the arrow below to check out all the hostel products. So 2025 is gonna be the year of comebacks, as multiple top 10 Olympians from the past years, including Charles Griffin, they skipped last year to make some solid improvements for this season. And this is Charles Griffin training that vacuum control from today. Now we did get into this debate a lot last year, whether the vacuums they are good for the men's open bodybuilding or not. And Charles Griffin is an ideal example of a guy who totally transformed his physique after implementing a vacuum. There was a night and day difference between his front shots back in the day versus how they look in the recent past with the vacuum. So the sad thing is that 2025 might be the last year when we are gonna see Charles Griffin on a bodybuilding stage, because he hinted about his retirement after this year, and that is why saving the best for the last. So this guy has been so exceptional in terms of peaking for every single show. He's absolutely shredded, ripped to the bone every single time. And his brilliance can be witnessed when he won the Legion Sports back in 2023 with a visible pec tear. And then he was able to place top 10 at the Olympia that year with a visible problem in his chest. And the reason is the man was just so damn ripped. He got the win over John Jewett, another guy who's famous for being so shredded on the stage. Now Charles wants to bring his old chest back this year, and now he has also been given the green light to train his chest the way he wants to. And there is lots of work to do in order to get it back to the level that he had before that pec tear. But the man is making steady improvements, and we're gonna see him on the stage later this year. Guys, Gorilla Wear is offering a massive discount of up to 70% right now. Use the code FAZI10 to get 10% extra discount. Next up, we have an update from Good Vito. Just look at those freaking hamstrings. 10 weeks out of his first show of this year, his comeback show, which is gonna be Arnold Brazil, which is confirmed by Good Vito. But we are hoping that he also goes for Detroit Pro and goes up against the likes of Carlos Thomas Jr. and James Hollingshead. So this is gonna be a completely new build from Good Vito, as he took a major part of last year completely off. And I have got to say the man has got all the tools to shock the world this year. Talk about his hamstrings, which is one of his biggest strengths. He was so good, even at his pro debut last year in that specific area, that he was exposing both Rafael Brandao and Tonio Burton in the back shots. He was better than both these guys, especially in the lower half. And it has been almost 1 year since the last time Good Vito was on the stage. And with the way he looked during that off-season, going beyond 300 pounds, with a very reasonable body composition, extremely good condition, I believe the man is gonna scare some people this year. And the man is gonna be a force to be reckoned with in 2025. Now, I have a firm belief that Good Vito is gonna make it to the Olympia stage this year. He's gonna make his Olympia debut this time. And not just that, I believe his trajectory, that is also looking exceptional. He has a very good shot at placing top 10, maybe even higher than that, at his Olympia debut. He has got that amazing size, great shape, insanely taper, some of the best squats in the game, that unbelievable X-frame. And lastly, he knows what it takes to get absolutely peeled. So supposedly both Carlos and Good Vito, they show up in Detroit. Who do you guys have winning out of both these guys? Next up, we have an update from Martin-Fitzwater, from a guy who got into serious war of the words, with the mutant Nick Walker just a few years back, to now, in 2025, to not even responding to Nick Walker, to any of Nick's comments, especially after Nick Walker said that Martin won't ever touch him at his all-time best in Pittsburgh, because in Nick Walker's mind, Martin couldn't even beat him at his worst. I have got to say the man has matured a lot, because he kept his cool, he kept his head down, and Martin is just putting in the work. I mean, the man not only became a better bodybuilder in the last 2 years, he became a better person as well, because he had an issue with Andrew Jack as well, back in 2022, when Andrew was able to beat Martin in Texas. Now, who would have thought that Martin is gonna return that favor in 2024 by beating Andrew and many other guys in the biggest bodybuilding show on earth, and that was the Olympia last year. So he's an exceptional talent, and even Nick Walker's fans, even those guys admit that if Nick shows up less than 100%, he's gonna get beat by Martin, and even at his all-time best. It isn't a guarantee that Nick is gonna absolutely beat him. It is gonna be a dogfight once again. So the biggest strength of Martin isn't only having aesthetics, he's also as muscular as one can get at the age of 28, and especially for his height, for that kind of frame. And he has filled out his frame extremely well. Now, he had a clear plan of action for 2025, and that started right after winning Prog Pro. And putting on a lot of muscle or a lot of mass, that isn't his concern. That is of the least interest to him. He's just focused on putting on quality muscle, just a few more pounds. And I'm sure he will be a few pounds heavier, as he did went up to 260 pounds in this off-season. Now, if he brings that same condition as the Olympia, and even if he is just a couple of pounds heavier, he's gonna be tough to beat. And Nick Walker also has to bring his all-time best, because that's his only shot. So Tonio Burton has been qualifying for the Olympia in the Men's Open since 2021. Even last year, he was able to win Cali Pro very convincingly, but he decided to skip the Olympia last year and focus on putting on more size and getting some more density and thickness, especially in his front. But just take a look at that back, as complete as it gets, but the things aren't the same from the front just yet. The fact that Tonio was a former 212 guy just a few years ago, that still reflects on his physique, especially in certain shots. For instance, the chest, that needs to fill out more, and that is the reason he did not compete after Cali Pro last year. Now Tonio says he has all the tools to place top 6 at the Olympia, and most of us kind of agree that he has the structure, he has the aesthetics, but he has to put on enough size to stand next to guys like Hunter Labrada and not get outmuscled. But that wasn't the case up until last year. But we have to keep in mind, he also got up to 260 pounds during this offseason, which was his heaviest ever weight in the offseason. So we're gonna wait and see how much of that translates on the stage. Now, there is no reason to doubt that he won't be able to win this upcoming Legion Sports. By placing top 6 at the Olympia, that still looks kinda unrealistic, at least as of right now. But let's see what happens at the Legion Sports. And also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.